coming in for a reading. Hope you're doing well tonight. Let's see. Where are you at? How you feeling? What's going on? Do you have questions? I know I'm just a disembodied voice. Here I am. I am real. Okay. I was just gathering more things. You know, you're never, ever quite prepared, are we, truly? I'm going to try to the best of our ability, yet can't always hit the mark. So, let's see. What are we calling in tonight? Who are we calling in tonight? Hopefully my kitty's not going to knock over this stand. No. If you do not know me, I am Lara Jo, SirenSong lover. Also, Dr. Doolittle, because I have a million ancestors, aka kitties. Which this guy apparently wants to be part of the read, which Mr. Abel is handsome extraordinaire, feeling camera shy. That's probably appropriate. Okay, let's see. Let's see what we can do here. So, we shall start with the Kipper. Let's see if we have any info in there. Flying up. So toil and labor is on the floor. So everything you've been working for, where is it? Is it profiting? Is it on the floor? 38. Are you 38 years old? Is 38 a relevant number? Are 3 and 8 relevant? Toil and labor, how have you been putting in the hard work to get what you would like? How have you been putting in for the gains? I'm Lara Jo, SirenSong lover. Just gonna pull some cards. Right now I'm pulling from the Kipper deck. Hope you're having a beautiful night. Child and journey. 18. How do you need to tap into your inner child and maybe take a journey into what has been plaguing your thoughts? Like, what have you been working so hard on? And what do you need to maybe look back and look at with like a fresh set of eyes or new perspective or childlike awe? How can we go on a journey? And sometimes that journey is an internal journey because we can travel all around the place and yet never truly go anywhere. So when you're doing that, like say if you're driving everywhere, yeah, you're never really going anywhere. Your mental space is never really going anywhere. Go within to that inner child. Go see what you would have wanted as a child to accomplish today at this stage in your life. If you were 5 again, would 5-year-old you be proud of you? If they would, cool. I mean, 5-year-old me would be like, yeah, you've done it, girl. You're there. You've got kitties and you've got a good life and you have friends and you can breathe again. Okay, family room. Something about family matters are coming up. Something to be addressed. So this journey may be in regards to children. You may have been putting a lot of hard work into it, and it may be time to address the elephant in the room and the things that need to be maybe introspected on about what your family life was when you were a child. Did you have a calm family life? Were you constantly in chaos and struggle? And at this age that you're at today, do you still have to embody those childhood traits and qualities that you had? Or can you do something different about it now? Do you have to be stuck in 5-year-old response? Concern. Are you going too far in a path that is maybe not correct for you? Are you taking that train and running it in the direction? Because we also have a mature woman. Someone is looking at you though. Like they see that, yes, you have that childlike wonder in your eyes and you've been working really hard, and maybe with concerned family room and mature woman, maybe when you get in trouble, you go back to the age that you were first traumatized by the world. And maybe they're afraid that you will slip back to that regression. I know that's a heavy and somber message. The thing with any transformation, it starts as a mental process before we ever push it out of our stratosphere to become a reality. So you have to think it before you see it, feel it, believe it. So it's okay to feel sad about things that maybe didn't work out the way they were supposed to. It's okay to take that journey within to childhood memories. It's okay to revisit maybe concerns that the elders have in regards to how you're doing in life. These are all ways to help you grow. How do you take this and transform this into the greatest journey of your life? You've put in the hard work. Just sit back and pause and reflect on where you've been, how far you've come, where you're going. I live with 5 apex predators, yet they have docile souls, so it's weird. When a bug comes in the house, they all just stare at it and play with it. I'm like, come on, boys and girls. Pathway. Okay. I want to speak on something. Sometimes you have to look beyond what is in, sometimes you have to look beyond. Like with pathways, if you know what the end goal is, if you've seen what ultimate happiness looks like, and you know in your heart that that's yours, because if it is yours, it will keep following you. So if you keep running away from something and it keeps coming back to you, it's for you. So you have to know and trust in faith that even if everything looks bad now, that the ultimate goal is this beautiful thing that you've seen in your mind, and the joy in life right now is to enjoy what you're experiencing here, even if you don't know where it's going. Sometimes the pathway, if you see how the pathway splits potentially, or that's a rock. I guess that's a rock, but I'm one of those that I would go explore anywhere just because why not? And never be afraid to explore outside the lines and find something new. You never know what you may find that changes the whole entire world for the better. Please, let's for the better. Poverty. How have you been in lack? How have you been stuck on those ideals of that I'm never going to get there, it's never going to be better? That frustration that you're stuck. Everything in life first is a mental prison. We let other people's ideas, we let other people's actions, we let other people's thoughts and feelings about us keep us stuck in old patterns. Start looking ahead to what life would look like if you were not chained to how your mom felt about money. I don't know if that's an obscure message or not. And that, actually, for confirmation, on the bottom of the deck is unexpected income. So when you let go of the ways that people have told you how to live, think, be, and act, you bring in new money. It's like a lightning strike. So don't let how your mom did something be how you have to do something. Don't let how your dad reacted as a dad be how you show up in the world as a dad. So when you start letting go of how things used to be and start embracing what it is today, you will start bringing in new money. Because if your parents were poor and you keep doing what your parents did, you're also going to be poor. So be willing and be brave enough to step out on a pathway that no one may understand. Because why would you keep repeating a pattern of someone else's poverty? If you watched your parents grow up poor, why would you live a life just like theirs? You can do so much better. They have paved the way for you to have better opportunities than they had. Please utilize that. I love to have this conversation with generations, and they say, well, I get to do this. I'm like, you get to do that because I paid the price for that sacrifice. You live a better life because I did this before you so that you wouldn't have to. So they did do that, but it is our job to take what they've given us to use within our realm and use it to the best of our advantage so we can honor the sacrifices that they made for us. The thing with just clearing the deck, sorry, I knocked on it, kind of let everything out. They couldn't do the healing as fully as they probably ever wanted to. You can take the knowledge that they have given you and do so much more with it. Like, please make the world a better place for the future generations by learning what didn't work for the past generations. Okay. 5 of Pentacles. This is feeling left out in the cold, kind of that poverty. So sometimes that's like you get left out in the cold in situations like they don't want to invite you to the party because XYZ. And so people leave you out, and sometimes you miss out on opportunities that are maybe financial or emotional. And we all have to realize that the heart chakra, love is the same frequency as money. So when we love what we do, we produce money. So when we feel like we're left out from maybe family decisions, or we feel like our family treats us like a child or XYZ, then we feel like we're not doing so well and we're stuck in like a lack mindset. This is where you have to start living life and saying, do I want to live that path, or do I want to be brave enough, and am I brave enough to step out and forge my own path? 9 of Cups, bringing in love. 9 of Cups is emotional, like fulfillment, happiness, love. Like, we're coming up to the ultimate offer. You have to 2 of Swords, use discernment to cut away things that are no longer serving your highest good. If it is not helping you grow or go somewhere good, don't keep doing it. If it drains you of your energy, if it makes you feel sad, if you feel like this isn't for you, then don't keep watering that grass. I don't care who it is. The world, you will change the world. That is the first part of it that I wanted to say. You will change the world by being your bold, beautiful embodiment of yourself. I'm going to cover the cards because silliness. And I love this picture. I love the body. I love how it's the embrace and the embodiment of everyone is different. Everyone is unique. Everyone is beautiful. And we all have our own place in this world, and we have to realize that we are all here to work together and not separate. But sometimes you have to be willing to make a decision that feels hurt on like it hurts on like an emotional level, but on a logical level for the greater good of everyone, using that logical discernment. So if you have any questions, please ask. The High Priestess, sitting in that beautiful embodiment of energy that I have everything within me, within my power. I hold all of the secrets, everything within my hands, within my aura, within my world. The High Priestess is sitting in that I don't need anyone else. I don't need anything else. I can handle it on my own within myself. Water energy, this is emotions, and emotions is sometimes keeping secrets for other people's benefits. Like water and moon is like having that guarding what you know is most valuable to you with all of the knowledge and resources and tools at your fingertips. The Knight of Cups. We've got more water sign, this being like a masculine. And kind of, if you look at his demeanor, not real serious, yet lighthearted. So this is someone coming in with love, yet maybe not exactly what you're needing. Maybe you need more stability. Knight of Cups is kind of that like rushing, impetuous, like hot, cold. Not sure about what's going on. Four of Cups. When you get entangled with energies that aren't so sure about what they want, that'll leave you in Four of Cups, that emotional lack. Like, you're gonna have to center yourself with Four of Cups. This is like, where do you need to start pouring into your cups, and where, and I love this because it's a beautiful embodiment. How do you go center yourself and ask other people to help take care of you? That is a beautiful moment for maturity, is that how can you be mature enough to know you need to take care of yourself and be asking maybe other people that love you to step up. Let's ask that Knight of Cups to embody, like, yes, he loves to step up, he wants to help, and he's going to give him the task and ask him to meet it. He wants to help. Let him help. And gosh, he's makes it look easy, so give him something that, like, makes him feel challenged or stretched. Eight of Wands, incoming information, swift motion. If you see deer, there's rabbit, all of that swift motion. So it's coming in at you. There's swift energy, swift messages coming towards you. When you center, when you focus in so that you can drown out the outside world, or when you focus in to focus out, things will start coming to you in rapid succession. Sorry, tongue twisters there. My ears are wigging out. All right, the Chariot, swift motion. This is Cancerian energy. We just came up off of Cancer season, and we just had a lot of powerful astrological transits. And I know, if you need to know which hippie chick with the nose ring knows which astrological planet is causing the meltdown, it's Earth. Earth is making you sad. And a lot of other complex, it's like there's a lot of moving parts. And they all get confusing, more or less, like Earth. People, we need to do better. We need to step up. Anyway, all right. Side note. All right. If you have any questions, please ask. I'm Larry Joe, SirenSong lover. Knight of Wands. This is, again, Knights being kind of more immature energy, kind of fast moving. Knight of Wands chasing those passions. So Chariot, you've got so many cards coming out here, and there's a lot of fast moving energy, and a lot of kind of the masculine energies are Knights, so they're maybe not quite so ready for love. So yes, they're passionate, yes, they're strong, yes, they're bold, but can they help cultivate a space of safety for you to embody a divine feminine? Because you are the High Priestess. You are the divine feminine. So yes, it's great. You've closed out hard chapters. You've maybe started changing your philosophies, your mindsets. The world has started changing at your feet. Do not accept offers that are less than what you deserve. And also be willing to allow space for people to make offers to step up. I don't know if that makes sense. Hopefully it does. All right, let's see. Page of Swords. Again, so this is, Page of Swords is kind of, again, immature energy. It's swift moving. This could be like a feminine air sign, like in kind of more like a petty, cutting, angry vibration. And who are they fighting? And what are they fighting for? So how are you cutting out energies that maybe are trying to destroy the mission just because they can't be in charge? Yeah, anyway. All right, well, Page of Wands. I was trying to avoid this card. I saw it at the bottom of the deck, and I was like, okay, it's going to shuffle back into the deck, and we'll be fine, and because it's another energy. Okay. Page of Wands. So this is another kind of feminine, immature energy, and this is dealing with passion. I actually love how this kind of turns out. And so Page of Wands is a feminine energy, and Page of Wands, so being kind of a more immature fire sign. So we got air, we have fire, we have water, all fun signs out here. These are all energies that are around you. As you start changing yourself and your inner world, your outer world changes, and everybody gets really scared because all they know is what everybody's done before them. So of course, when you decide, like, I'm going to go out and decide something new and find something new in the world, they're going to get scared and they're going to make you stand alone. So childhood patterns that have kept us stuck in repeating patterns that no longer serve us. So I guess what I'm trying to say is that do not let maybe children or others that have not as seasoned views on the world, don't let them dictate, or don't let elders maybe warp you into an outdated thinking on the world to dictate what you do in your life. Sit in the high priestess, in that embodiment of being brave enough to stand alone, regardless of whether Page of Wands, you have kind of, and Page of Swords, so Page of Wands and Page of Swords, and those again speak to kind of more immature, petty, feminine energies, both air and fire. And it's like, how are they creating tricks and games? And again, this may be fueled on by Knight of Cups and Knight of Wands. Maybe kind of so this would be a masculine water sign and a masculine fire sign, and they're old enough to know better but too young to care, so they still act like they've got not a care in the world. So don't let immature men and or old immature men, because there's a lot of men that are 90 that are still immature emotionally and in their passions. Don't let them dictate who you are. And I guess the biggest thing with this read is, how do you go back to the past, to your childhood, and take the information and take those ideas and look at the childhood ideas with a new set of eyes to see how you can make it yours today. And also look at your childhood ideas that your family gave you that didn't work for them, that are outdated and that no longer work for you and need to be released. I know that was really long. There's a lot of energy here. It's kind of messy. Yeah. More or less what it gets into is that when you start creating a new life, a new path for you, your family is going to do everything to be messy and try and keep you in place. And that's not because you don't deserve to have a new idea. It doesn't mean that you don't deserve to create a new world for yourself. What it means is that they've never seen it before and it's scary to them. And they love you and they know that you are so capable of taking on the world and being the best human ever and creating a real difference, that they're afraid that you maybe got lost in the sauce and repeated back to childhood patterns. And healing is messy at first, or healing is always messy because it looks like it all falls apart before it comes back together. So sometimes we do have to revert back to childhood to remember what happened in our life at that point that changed us forever, that we got stuck at that age. So if you had something really sad happen when you were 5, like say your grandma died, and that's kind of maybe a simplified version, but and you loved to color at that age, but you stopped coloring because you never wanted to color because it didn't bring you joy anymore because grandma wasn't here. So you gave it up. Well, that was where you used to make the Picassos, the masterpieces of your life, but you forgot how to do it because the one person that offered that opportunity and that space no longer is here, and they left you when you needed them the most. So how do you go back to that version and talk to grandma and tap into what that imagination was before the world told you who you couldn't be. All right. Let's see. Let's do the Divine Feminine cards. I feel like that's a good calling for us. Okay, so the Divine Feminine cards. On the bottom is Catherine Labor, the patroness of miraculous healing. I am ready to heal. I am worthy of the miracles meant for me. Catherine Labor, the patroness of miraculous healing. I am ready to heal. I am worthy of the miracles meant for me. How can you breathe and relax and let the miracles in? How can you tap into your inner child and embodiment and remember what it was like to felt carefree because you knew you were protected by the world? It is safe to lean in and feel like you are protected by the world. Even if for 10 seconds, appreciate if you have a safe place to just breathe. I know that sounds oversimplified, but life is simple, not easy. Shekinah, the presence of the divine feminine. At the center of everything, there is light, and I am that light. Shekinah, the presence of the divine feminine. At the center of everything, there is light, and I am that light. Okay, so yes, these cards are so beautiful. The gold is what calls me, the gold and the red. And that reminds me of life. Like, we must have light and we must have that fiery, burning passion. That's what's calling to me. So with healing, it's messy. And sometimes you just have to let it take you over and then just lean into that. Like, let it, when you're mad, let that mad, like, feel it, let it go. Let it go. I know that sounds oversimple, but I was thinking about that today is how good does it feel when you've held on to something so tightly for so long and one day you just sit it down, like I've been doing that recently, like, God, I can't handle this burden, it's above my pay grade. And I use God loosely. We use God as whatever it is for you. It could be I don't know, whatever your imaginary friend is, your if is, that could be God to you. That's like your guardian angel that, you know, helps you and gives you wisdom. I know that's, you know, God is known by a different name, and every name is just as important as the other, because that is your connection to the divine. That is your higher self trying to talk to you. Sekhmet, the red lady. I am pure strength. I honor my anger by giving voice to it. The synchronicities about how relevant this is today are just on point. Sekhmet, for so many reasons with this. The red lady. I am pure strength. I honor my anger by giving voice to it. Here's why I love this. When you start realizing your soul is so much older than you realize, like when you start knowing, like, that feels so familiar to me because I was there. And I feel so close to this person because they were there with me. So when you're willing to start looking at how things have affected you in this life, good and bad, the good things that felt really good that you want to repeat, and the bad things that you never want to feel again, when you start getting honest and saying what it is, then you can start looking at past life stuff too. So when you start looking at past life stuff too, you start getting angry, and then you start realizing something needs to change. So start tapping into the different levels and different layers of divinity. You have knowledge of other cultures, ancient civilizations. You have that inherent knowledge within you. You just have to remember, don't let it scare you though. Sekhmet, I am pure strength. I honor my anger by giving voice to it. I want to speak on that is because I've been feeling a lot of anger and rage, and it's this anger and rage that is so engulfing, and I realize that that is a burning anger from ancient Egyptian times that my soul has been carrying that says, no, this no longer happens. So your rage, your anger, that is so old within you. That's all the ways that you have been hurt in every lifetime that you need to reconcile. Like, you need to say, you know what, this wasn't right. I'm no longer going to allow this. Or you say even that about yourself. Like, you know what, I wasn't right. Like, I did that to myself. Or I wasn't right and I reacted poorly, and that perpetuate the problem. So how do you take that old, deep knowledge within you and just apply it to your life? And I know that sounds big and grandiose. Lolita, the red goddess. Playfulness is a spiritual power. Laughter leads me back to the light. So going back to childhood, go back to your childhood roots, not to stay there, but remember what you used to love about being a child and bring that back forward with you. Remember all the things that hurt you as a child and bring that back forward with you too. That way you know what you want to keep doing, and that way you know what you no longer want to have. When you start realizing what you want about your life and becoming very precise about it. So sometimes you have to play to be able to be precise. You have to let loose. You have to let your brain doodle. You have to go back and play like you did as a kid so that you can come back and be a better adult. Love the little kid within you. Lolita, the red goddess. Playfulness is a spiritual power. Laughter leads me back to the light. So jumping in puddles. You know how as parents we're like, don't jump in puddles, you don't want to get your clothes dirty, don't jump in puddles, you don't want to ruin your shoes. Jump in a puddle, because the surprise of how it reacts to you playing with it will make you laugh. Because when you tap into that childlike playfulness, the spirits, like the universe, will tap in with you, and they'll make it a playful, enjoyable experience so that you keep wanting to play. So when you tap into your laughter and your playfulness and that childlike curiosity, you start coming back to life. You start remembering who you are. You start lighting that inner spark. Let it light. Tap into playfulness. Tap into the earth. Tap into your femininity. Tap into your masculine. Okay. Oh, well, okay. So I'm going to read these two because they kind of popped out like that. Marguerite Porete, the mystic of divine love. Love is divine, and I am nothing except love. That message also. I am love. I am loved. I am loved more than I could ever know. When you are having a hard day, look in the mirror. This is simple, not easy, right? When you're having a hard day, the last thing you want to do is talk to yourself. When you are having a hard day, look in the mirror, or look at yourself if you want to imagine like you're outside looking at yourself. I am loved. I am love. I am loved more than I could ever know. And you know what? When you see someone and you know that they're having a hard time, all you have to say is, you are loved more than you could ever know. Because you are. You are so freaking loved. Don't let fear, don't let doubts stop you. Just because someone didn't like you, don't let that stop you. Marguerite Porete, the mystic of divine love. Love is divine, and I am nothing except love. Teresa of Avila, Our Lady of the Interior Life. I trust the answers I find within me. I know that the presence of love is real. These are such beautiful cards. The divine feminine can come out as dark and angry and avenging because she's been silenced for so long. She has been silenced because she is the key to life. We had to build the house before we could invite people into it. You want to say that the divine woman is nothing, yet you wouldn't have anything without the womb space. And we also wouldn't have anything without masculine either. We need both, and we need to find peace and harmony between both. Teresa of Avila, Our Lady of the Interior Life, I trust the answers I find within me. I know that the presence of love is real. Love yourself. If you're having a really hard day loving anyone else, love yourself. Like, I love to be like, I love you so much. Just because if I'm having a really hard day and people don't like me, you know what? I must be doing something right if they don't like me. Because if I wasn't someone to love, why would they talk to me? They wouldn't, people don't talk to people that aren't interesting, or people don't talk to people that they don't like, or people don't give people a hard time that they don't like. Like, they like you. They see something in you that they want to know more about, but maybe they don't know how to approach you to ask you. I don't know. Or maybe they just don't know how to speak that vibration with you. I was speaking with someone today where I was like, yeah, when you decide not to deal with certain things anymore, you may not agree with certain people anymore. It's because you don't speak the same vibration. Like, you're not on the same path, and you're kind of like oil and water. It's not that you don't love each other. It's not that you won't ever come back together again. It's just that you can't speak the same language. Sorry, I had a kitty rearrange my light because they're super helpful like that. He's going to do it again because, yeah, I don't mean that to say more. If you don't have kitties, you'll get one. The universe will give you a kitty when you're ready for it. All right. Clarifying life situations. Let's see if there's any other questions in here that we can answer for you. My name is Laura Jo, SirenSong Lover. If you want to sew into my ministry, SirenSong Lover at Cash App, capital S, and Siren, capital S, and Song, capital L, and Lover on Cash App. If you want to book a reading, SirenSongLover.in. River of release. Drift along the river of release where waters carry away burdens, guiding towards intervals. Kane, my love, please stop. River of release. Drift along the river of release where waters carry away burdens, guiding towards renewal. Allow the water to flow around you. Allow the tears of past versions of yourself that you don't get to be. Allow it to wash away the tears. Like, allow it to wash away that pain. I know it's hard when things don't go the way we want, but we have to let it go and flow, because otherwise we will just become exhausted from carrying the burden. Let's see. Anyway, I have a really hard time letting go of things sometimes, and I've found the relief of just radically releasing sometimes. Like, when I go, you know what, I've had too much of this, I can't think about it anymore, it's too big a burden and my arms are tired. So I say, you know what, universe, I lay my problems at your feet. And it's scary and it's hard, and it's like, you know, I'm going to try my best not to ever worry about this again, or I'm going to know that someone else has it. There is such a lightening when you finally say, you know what, I no longer want to carry the burden. I no longer want to feel the strain on my body. So let it go, and let that uncertainty, let that pain, let that relief flow around you. And sometimes that's cryptic, but when you get it, you get it. Like, sometimes it's however it comes out, you go, no, that tricks. True intentions. Stay authentic and aligned, trusting your inner wisdom to guide you toward genuine fulfillment. Do everything with authenticity. The strongest emotion that is emitted is authenticity. It's not love or fear. And love and fear are the same emotion. It's just a slightly different. Like, fear is anger, and anger is sadness that just had nowhere to go. It's that sadness of, I wanted this to happen, or this was supposed to happen, and it didn't, and I feel like it was unjust. So authenticity, when you start saying, I'm sad, I'm angry, I'm happy, when you start telling people how you truly feel, and just, even if it's uncomfortable, doing it anyway, it'll shine through, and it'll help you accomplish your real goal. If you don't tell people what you need, they can't help you. If you don't tell people what you want, they can't fulfill it for you. Because again, people want to love you. People want to help you. Yet if you don't let them know how to love you, or if you don't let them know how to help you, how will you ever get from them what you want? If you can't open your mouth. They're not mind readers. You may have this idea that's totally crazy and you don't say anything because you're like, oh, it's totally crazy, nobody's gonna like it. And when you say something or you get the tools ready to make it happen, and then it happens, and you're like, why did I wait so long? Why didn't I say something earlier? If I had opened my mouth, somebody had the piece that I needed. So allow people to love you. Like, be your true self and allow people to love you. Because you would be surprised how much people love you when you are authentic. You dance differently, you glow differently, you show up in the world differently when you do things that are true to your heart. Don't let other people's past define you. Just go with it. Embrace spontaneity and trust the journey, remaining open to unexpected twists and turns along the way. So this is a lesson coming up. So here's the thing with readers, guys. We are just as big as skeptics as you. We say and we see big things and we're like, oh, I don't know if that's true or not. And then it happens and we're like, so a lot of times, even with us, we're the biggest skeptics. We want signier signs from the universe because we're like, yeah, that's cool, or I'm a big deal, or I don't know about that. But then you're like, no, I want a signier sign. And then a signier sign happens. And you're like, okay, when am I going to stop trusting that I know what I'm doing? Or when am I going to stop trusting that I know what's going on? Just go with it. Embrace spontaneity and trust this journey, remaining open to the unexpected twists and turns along the way. If you have to control what happens so much, you miss the ride, you miss the path, you don't get to enjoy what you're doing. If you allow others to take care of you, like allow them to drive the car for a moment so you can sit back and watch the scenery go by because maybe you had a really hard day. Allow them to do that for you so that you can rest and relax and recharge. Okay, I'm Lara Jo, SirenSong lover, hoping you're having a beautiful night. If you have any questions, please drop them below. If you want to donate, you can tip. If you would like Cash App, SirenSong lover. More adventures. Embrace the unknown with curiosity, letting each journey shape your path and wisdom. Walk by faith, not by fear. Walk by sight, not by sight. Sometimes you have to be willing to step out when things are uncertain. You don't know what's going to happen. Sometimes you're given no other choice. It's like, I have to do this and there's no one else to do it. All the hard stuff's done. I have to just keep walking. Like sometimes when big things happen and you don't know how you're going to get through it, you literally just have to baby step to the elevator, like one step in front of the other, like keep going. It doesn't matter if you have to stop, to pause. It doesn't matter if you have to take a breath. It doesn't matter if you need to breathe, scream, cry, cuss, punch the air. Do whatever you do. Do not give up. Keep going. It is so much better out there. So speaking of burdens and holding on for too long, I've had a situation that was really long and drawn out and just over the top. I finally let go of it. Finally. There was a lot there. Anyway, finally let go of it. And then I looked back and like life got so much better. Like my skies got so much less cloudy. And that was funny because they were in the aviation industry and every time they would go to work, my skies would clear up. And I'm like, you know what? That might be a sign. I think that is a sign is that if your job is dependent upon the weather and every time you leave, it becomes beautiful. Yeah, it's time for you to go. That is, yep. Seek truth. Embrace clarity as revelations unfold. Keep an open mind for answers. Illuminate the path to understanding. Keep pushing forward to the truth regardless of if you're scared or not. Enjoy the journey. Embrace each moment fully, staying open to new experience and lessons along the way. So just keep going. Like you can't control where the car's going, so you might as well just lean back and breathe. Okay. Let's see, I'm Lara Jo, SirenSong lover. I'm going to pull a few affirmations. If you have any questions, please drop them below. If you like my vibe, please hang out. So in my ministry, I've got lots of debts to be able to do this ministry. I had someone, and know your worth. Know your worth. I know that confirmation is just about to come out for both of us. Any of us, all of us that are in this, know what you're worth. Do not take on roles without a title and the compensation for it. I don't care if it's anything. Like if you are a girlfriend, do not do wife things for girlfriend compensation or lack of. Like don't be girlfriend for friend with benefits. Like no, there's no job security, there's no benefits, there's no perks. Like what am I getting for being less? So no, don't do more for less. My thoughts manifest my reality. I hold the power to change them. My thoughts manifest my reality. I hold the power to change them. That is a beautiful thought. Okay, I'm going to ring the sound bowl right there. And the reason being is I want you to realize that you need to honor that flame within inside of you that knows your worth. It knows that you're angry. It knows that you deserve better. Honor that anger inside of you that knows that your family deserves better. Your children deserves better. Start asking for your worth. Start asking for more. If you want people to show up to help, you need to show up first to help. Show them the path. So start asking for your worth and start treating people in your life accordingly. And I'm not talking about in a snobby way, but if you know that Sue, your neighbor down the way, hurts your mission and doesn't help you live the best life for your future generations, and even if you don't want to have future generations, but if you know that that person's going to detract from you, do not let them be a business partner to you. Do not let them be an integral part in your life. Know that they are not worth investing anything extra in unless they're willing to show up and help and bring resources and like people. So start manifesting that you know what your worth is. Start showing up in the world and asking it. So I know that was a long-winded speech. My thoughts manifest my reality. I hold the power to change them. So my thoughts manifest my reality. I hold the power to change them. My thoughts manifest my reality. I hold the power to change them. I also want to start challenging you to get outside of your comfort zone. Start doing the things that maybe you haven't tried before or seem unfamiliar, and know that you're safe in experimenting because you've got you. You have got your back. You've been through 100% of your hardest days and you've made it. No matter how hard you thought it was going to be, you've made it through 100% of your hard days by yourself. Know that you will get through every day by yourself as long as you are willing to keep showing up for yourself. So be willing to sit and do things that maybe don't feel quite so comfortable, but explore with curiosity, like what's past that discomfort. If it really is truly more discomfort and it doesn't ease up and it's not good and it's not fun, then don't do that. But when we push past the things that feel uncomfortable or slightly scary, a lot of times there's a huge breakthrough just past that. And then you go, why did I wait so long to do that? I had a beautiful example of that with a friend who said that they wanted to try something. And I was like, yeah, there's no time like the present, just do it. And I didn't realize that they had never tried it before. And then they did it and they're like, yeah, it was so easy. Like, I did that because of you. And I'm like, yeah, because you were willing to try something new, even if it was scary, and it worked for you. So, you know. Or you were willing to look at it again after you hadn't looked at it for so long. I guess that's the thing too, is when people remind you of things that you used to love, why aren't you going back and looking at that? If things remind you of the places you used to go and that was actually like positive and helped you along, why aren't you going back and looking at that? If it filled your cup and made you happy, why did you stop? And then if you really want it, grind for it. Like, knuckle down and grind for it. I know growth is often disguised as discomfort. Those synchronicities are so beautiful. And this is Taurus energy, just barreling through. Bull. I know growth is often disguised as discomfort. Push through the pain. As long as it's not detrimental, as long as it's not like you're hyperventilating, push through the pain. And even if you are hyperventilating, you can do techniques to help calm and center your mind. And if you need help, I would love to talk about that. Please ask about ways to help calm and center your mind and your body. I know it's not much and it sounds super easy, but when I say sometimes even 10 seconds of calm is a big deal, people think, oh yeah, that's so easy. Try doing it. It's kind of like a treadmill mile. I know that sounds so like ha ha ha, but have you tried running a mile on the treadmill? It is like, it feels like the longest mile. And we came from a very hot climate, so a mile running there was just, yeah, like that was, don't do it to your detriment. Like, don't dehydrate yourself or don't make yourself sick, like detrimentally sick. But like, if you're doing something, it's like, okay, let me see what is my best, like what is my limit, or what else can I do with this thing that I'm doing? Like, how can I push further? My heart is open to receive love, joy, peace, wealth, and guidance. My heart is open to receive love, joy, peace, wealth, and guidance. All right, my love. I'm going to close out here. I hope you guys have a beautiful night out there. Yeah. Have a good night.